Yes.
One shot ticket.
We are turning almost everything, all the Monday into the Patreon. So far, only Patreon is the most active, and the other one from time to time get active. Right now, it's not active. The private, open, non-Patreon member is not active. Only member on the Patreon is active. Today we have a very delicious energy practice. I've been cooking it for you for the past 1 day and a half. Yeah, almost 1 day and a half. Been cooking. Very delicious. I'm going to reveal it to you. Part of it will be initiating back again. I am divine creator. Something very deep to my heart also, and we are entering that state to remember our own power as an extension of the divine creator. So when we own it, we become I am divine creator, return again. Our channel, our consciousness become an extension of the divine creator, and you own it to extend. You can say to yourself, I am divine creator. No matter how much your life is good or bad, you are still a divine creator. You're creating, even how difficult your life, you're still creating it through your consciousness. Or if your life is amazing, beautiful, outstanding, also you are divine creator. Most of the time people say, oh, thank you universe, you manifest this to me. That's not accurate. We work with the universe hand in hand together in the same frequency to match the creation. Of course, thank you universe for providing the stock of materials, of the experience that matching us. We literally, through our consciousness, through the higher mind, if you remember the last Monday energy practice, and I explain about the higher mind, and before that I explain about the third eye and astral realms and all these and shifting timelines. When we vibrate and when we shift certain frequency in us, we literally co-create hand in hand with the universe. The universe is not separated from us. We are not just a guest to the universe. The universe made available for every one of us as consciousness to grow and create. The example I can give you is when you are a player, let's say in a game. So if you have a game, but the game doesn't have none of the players, zero, then the game is empty. The game will be provided for the player to play with it, and the player will create in the game every bit of it. You are part of the creation of every bit of the story of the game. So that's why you are never separated, and all those characters inside the game are created in the game, yet the consciousness who operating them govern how they operate and work. And from your point of view, from your small point of view, not for the whole universe, we have our higher mind. Our higher mind, this simple example I can give you, and I want you to visualize that, is around 3 meters in diameter around you, and all those 3 meters, this is as much as we can access right now. It can go beyond that, but right now we are accessing only these 3 meters. These 3 meters is your own bubble reality, and whoever come interaction with you, you have all the right to set what kind of direction and interaction with any being or any dimension or any story or any projection or even perception. So that's 3 meters around you in diameters. It is your own bubble reality and being governed by your consciousness and by something called higher mind. You can call it also light body if you want to, if you are familiar with that word. You and your higher self and oversoul group and many higher realms and Mother Earth and the universe, with all those many bubble 3 meters, playing all this game of life to experience for each one of us, or our growth and mastering each one of us, to master this creation, this interaction, this experience of this at least the 3 meter around you. And every time you master it in your bubble, you start extending to the next bubble reality. The next bubble reality will goes into sharing this experience with more consciousness. I call it the second bubble reality, and then it goes to the third bubble reality, which is the whole collective of the Mother Earth. And every time we are mastering those levels, if you haven't mastered your first bubble reality, then you don't have the saying, you have not yet mastered enough your own essence, your own love, your own presence, your own I am divine creator, to say, I'm going to shift the whole earth. When we've done the training online, I said to many people, we can shift the whole earth once we have accumulated enough mastery in our presence. The more we integrate and master this space and get our enlightenment to a certain level, then we are on the top of the class, similar to what I was saying to Karen. We will be like, in the class we have the student who's smart or who's on the top of the class, and they are always ahead on the mark. They literally, when you have few of them, and if they're working with the rest of the class, those group of individual, they can go to the teacher and to the curriculum handler and professor and say, well, we on behalf of the class, and we are supporting the class, we would like to have this and this as, for example, homework and support or materials on, or guidance or resources, because we have proven ourselves, we have accumulated and studied and done our homework to the highest best. This is what happened. The more you realize yourself and master your own bubble reality and master your consciousness, and remember that you are divine being, and all what you are doing on behalf of yourself and behalf of humanity, you can literally go to the higher realms and your higher self and oversoul and say, we have finished a big amount of our homework, our own remembering of our divine self, and we have mastered this vessel and this bubble reality around us, and you can see it is full of harmony, full of love at the highest best. Then we have a saying on behalf of the humanity to remember more as we remember, to share our enlightenment with the rest of humanity. That is how we grow. That's why I want you to know that you need to really own and master your 3 meters in diameter of your higher mind or light body or your bubble reality. And then we go to the next step in today's practice. We are going to activate or initiate I am divine creator with the third eye and the higher mind. At this moment, we need to initiate in the dream state, not in awakened state. While we are still working, of course, for the awakened state, but the first and easy one is in the dream state. In the dream state, we access our astral body and we jump into the multidimensional and higher realm and astral realms, and we become closer to the higher self in that state. And our higher mind and all those possibility of I am divine creator become more open and more fluid to us. And we every night we dream about 7 hours to 8 hours sleep, and we dream about, let's say, 6 hours, 5 hours. I don't know, it depends from person to person.
It's 40 minutes and 40 minutes.
Yeah, correct. So we sleep all those hours, but the potential for the dream to run in our sleep, I would say from 5 hours to 6 hours, those are potential where the dream will come, and dream will become very short basically, but it will last in the experience for a long period. They call it REM. I have a number actually. So we have phase of deep sleep, light sleep, and REM. REM is rapid eye movement, where the dream's taking place. In my calculation, on my watch, I will have 3 to 4 phases of REM, and each one of them will last 10 minutes to 20 minutes. So those periods where we're having the REM and the dream, if you initiate that you can awake yourself in the dream and you have established connection with your higher mind and your higher self, and re-initiate that I am divine creator, you can have a conversation and awaken your third eye state in those REM period, and have a conversation with your higher mind and your higher self, and as if you will be able, for what your frequency you are holding and what direction you are bringing, to restructure the dream and build a frequency in the dream with the help of your higher self and your higher mind, as if you are restructuring your reality here, and then bring it. The higher mind and higher self will hold it for you once you establish that connection, and when you wake up, before you wake up, before you move, I want you to try this also once we do this practice. Wake up and as if you are recalling the dream and recalling the energy of the dream and the frequency, as if you are able to integrate or project what you have built up in the dream with your higher self and higher mind to shift your reality here to create and manifest your highest desire. Now, very important about higher desire, many of you, I'll give you an example about a relationship. Not all the time your purest desire, which I know you want a relationship, if you don't have relationship or your relationship is not working well for you and your higher desire to have a brilliant relationship. But sometimes when you're doing this, you don't do it from your pure desire, you do it from pure lack of love and seeking love from outside. If you do it from this way, you're not going to manifest it because your higher self said, we need to learn to love ourselves unconditionally. So please, before you put your pure desire to manifest, just declare to your higher self and remind you with this, I mentioned it many times in the courses, I am responsible on continuing my growth and my awakening and my learning and remembering that I am divine and I love myself unconditionally and I share this love with myself and with everyone. And thus that I have my responsibility, I declare my calling for my growth and I will not stop myself from my growth of continuing. The growth doesn't mean challenges, of continuing, awakening myself, enlightening myself and loving myself unconditionally and being channel of unconditional love. Thus, if I focus on this, then I'm saying to all the rest of all the possibility or all the challenges that you do not need to push me. You do not need to reflect difficulties and challenges to remind me to love myself. I am responsible of loving myself and being channel of unconditional love and awaken myself and enlighten myself. That's my own responsibility. I do not require an outside challenges to remind you that. Once you really integrate this, then whenever you are heart desire will be fulfilled because your heart desire, if you are calling for relationship, will not be seeking love from outside and seeking, I would love to have a relationship because I don't love myself. This will be finished. Then you will be seeking relationship or attracting partner or having a pleasant relationship based on sharing the self-love, the divine love that you already integrating and growing in yourself with that love, with that partner, and the partner will land in front of you because it does not need, that challenge does not need to teach you back you are lacking the self-love. On the opposite, now it's overflowing in you and that partner will come to receive the love and share the love back. And here I want to mention, when I'm attracting my love partner Matilda and I, when we work, I was not, and Matilda the same, we were not in lack of love and we're not seeking relationship because we are missing something in our life. I was so clear that I can continue, please pay attention to this, I can continue all my life without any relationship and I will be fine because I love myself unconsciously and I am completely enlightened with myself. The only things I said, I would love to share my enlightenment, I would love to share all this experience of teaching and enlightenment and building community and life, of course. Life in sense, but I mean in that sense, that was my aim, that was my direction. I would love to share this with a partner that can come with me to experience this together and share it with the other, not because I'm lacking, not because I'm missing. It's completely not in that frequency. And when I was manifesting, it didn't manifest immediately. It took me 4 months or maybe more, and I was doing certain practice with myself, and even though that none of the sign was showing up, did not stopping me from continuing my practice and focusing on the same frequency, because that is my test of proving to myself that I am not seeking and I will not drop my frequency when the manifestation of the relationship does not take place, and was completely at ease. In 4 months, I remember a friend will come to me, Lamush, one of them will come, George, you have to come, you have to leave this room. I said, I don't need to leave this room. My partner will come to me, don't worry. So what if doesn't come? It's okay, I love myself, I'm enjoying that, don't worry. I was so in that peace and ease. knowing that it will happen in the right time. There is no urge from that side. And then when Mathilde messaged me on Facebook, on the messenger, and she literally asked me, hello, I want a partner to do Om meditation. I'm not really the most excited to do Om meditation. I hum a lot, but Om meditation, I was like, I never done it, to be honest. I Om from time to time, but just Om meditation, I never thought about it. But I was excited, of course. So when I read it, I was like, well, this obviously, there is something behind what's being presented. So Om meditation, frequency, and I was waiting for frequency also in my life. So a couple of signs aligned. I was like, 1 minute, is this my partner? Because I was waiting my partner to contact me, literally. Yeah, no joke, that's what I was doing.
The message was purely for a partnership to
facilitate meditation, yes.
With no idea behind.
Yes, but
the energy.
I saw the behind it. Literally, yes. She sent me literally to, can you do Om meditation with me? And I was like,
he read between the lines from his higher self.
From my higher self. Even Mathilde, she didn't know. She didn't have intended to it at all. But I was like, the universe send me the partner? And then I check her profile, literally. I check her profile, sound, hearing, meditation. Like, this is my partner. Fantastic. Of course, I was excited. I was not 100% clear. I don't know. But it just, the lineup of the sign was there. I said, okay, I will go with it. We met, couple of weeks. She traveled to France, and I was hinting to her that I feel you, I want to connect with you, all these kind of things. And she was clearly in one of the meeting. She said, George, I really see that we can work together in this meditation and things, but I feel that you want something more from me that I don't think I want to provide. And I hear her, and I was like, yes, I understand at this moment that what you're feeling. I honor it, but I think there is more. But it's okay if there is not, it never happened. I'm okay with that. So it was a very, very a pleasant yet weird experience, as if I'm honoring her decision, and I'm feeling that if we never become partner, my love partner, I will be fine. Yet I was so confident that it will be. It was so weird in that state. And she traveled, she went back, and she was stating again after when she came back, it's like, by the way, I'm still the same energy. I want to work with you, but there is no love relationship. So that's fine. And then out of the blue.
One day.
In what? This period is like almost 4 weeks. That's it. Only 4 weeks. 4 weeks we met, and one day she came and it's like, okay, I'm moving in with you to House of Home. Like, boom, immediately, like this. And in between, you have to understand there is a lot of doubt, not happening, and I have to surrender and loving myself and not being upset and all these kind of things. But centering that if my frequency is clear, if my loving myself unconditionally, if I'm trusting the universe and I'm not seeking outside love, I'm not seeking that in the name of pure heart desire, I want stuff to me because I don't love myself. If I'm not doing that, then I will definitely manifest. If you're doing with the hidden agenda, I want a relationship because I want to experience love, but I don't love myself, and if he doesn't tell me and love me, I will cry. Then you know what kind of frequency you're sending. So if you are really, really loving yourself and ready that none of your manifestation will happen, yet you will always be at peace, you will always loving yourself, you'll always channel unconditional love, then whatever you manifest does not have any resistance to manifest in you, because it doesn't need to teach you the opposite. And I want you to open up to this. When you're communicating with your higher mind, when you're communicating with your higher self, in your dream state, after we finish all this exercise and opening the third eye, all these, the first, remind yourself over and over again, the first, I declare my readiness to continue my growth and love myself unconditionally and be the channel of unconditional love, as if I do not require none of the manifestation. Now that I stated that, now I'm on complete peace and in presence with divine, the manifestation will take place automatically, because they don't need to teach me anything, and they will just happen gracefully, because they become a reflection of this energy, this presence, this love that I'm holding. That's how it works. Not of seeking the manifestation and crying. I remember many times people come to me, can hear yourself when you come to my sessions and we talk, I've done this, it didn't happen. Well, yeah, so you're seeking, right? Well, I'm talking about don't seek. I'm talking about love yourself and let it be a reflection. You will shift your reality if you are in complete present. But if you are hiding behind the mask and say, oh yeah, I love myself. I don't love myself. I'm seeking. If it doesn't happen, I will never, I will be miserable. Then definitely you will manifest the opposite, because you will keep teaching yourself, you and your higher self, that your ultimate goal is to love yourself unconsciously and be at peace without none of the manifestation. Once this achieved, then all the manifestation will take place naturally, automatically, as a reflection of you holding the unconditional love. Breathe it. Breathe it and contemplate on it a bit. And remind yourself to memorize it. And catch yourself when you are seeking and when you are not loving yourself and you're lacking your energy out, you're giving your power away. And you're crying and pitying yourself. Last time I was doing a session, a person, he was telling me with sincere, no judgment, I have nothing now. It's like everything is gone. I said, and you are upset? Of course. Why? You cannot love yourself without those manifestations. Pitying yourself. I know everything. I've studied everything. Why I'm not manifesting? Stop this nonsense. Don't seek the result. This is the whole learning. The learning is, would you, none of the results, still love yourself unconsciously, become the divine creator, and knowing, you need to know, if you are not manifesting in your life, you are the only person who's doing that. We are the divine creator, with hand in hand with the universe, doing all those challenges. And those challenges is not a negative against us. We made them available to us because we are still lacking self-love and high frequency. When we are really embodying unconditional love and loving ourselves unconditionally and high frequency all the time in divine presence, those has to come automatic. And if they are not happening, it's very simple. You have not loved yourself unconditionally, you have not built that presence yet, and you are seeking those outside. Desire, presence, love yourself, and those will come automatically.
I would love to share my part of the story as well, but that would be for another day. It was nice sharing with you.
Thank you.
But what I will share with you, for catching yourself when you come from a place of lack or a place of misplaced desires that is boycotting your manifestation. It's very important, and that is my tips for you, it's very important to always be, so when you are present, you are aware of what you are feeling and what you are thinking in the moment. Your thoughts become conscious. You have a lot of thoughts in the background that are not really conscious. They are like running programs in the background that are always there, but you get used to them and you don't pay attention to them. So back to George sharing with you how we manifested each other. We have actually a very similar way, and the way we manifested each other is very similar. And I was actually saying, if I'm not finding a partner, if I'm not manifesting a partner, I don't attract a partner in this life, then there's plenty ways to be in love, to share the love, and to receive love, not only from a love partner. And I am at peace with that. So I made peace with it because I'm worthy. And John was saying self-love. For me, it was like, I'm worthy and everything is coming to me because I believe and I trust. I believe and I trust that whatever is my heart desire that is placed in the purity of my worth and the purity of my presence or my love, then I know it shall come to me. And I don't need to seek for it. It will show up in a way or another. Like I even didn't try to seek. I forgot to seek anyone or anything. It's like it will come to me in the most in the way that is the the most surprising somehow. And maybe that person is at the opposite of the world, but I knew exactly where I was because I actually have a tip that I shared with a couple of you.
You've done some practice to point where will the person will be.
So I like, where is my life partner now? What is life partner that is suiting my vibration in the now with everything that I am, and I feel complete and worthy and holy. Where is that partner? So I mapped the world, and it was lighting up. I mapped Dubai, and it just pinpoint where he was, and it was his office, actually, exactly the area of the office. So going back to the tip is, when you are becoming aware of your thoughts and emotions and feelings, you know that sometimes you are misaligned because something is triggering you. Catch it and come back into your presence, come back into your alignment, come back into your love. When you are driving and your car goes a bit on the right and a bit on the left, in the next line, you catch your car and you come back in the middle of your line. You are not letting yourself drift away like, oops, I caused 3 accidents behind me. You come back in the center of your lane. So whenever there is something that comes, and I was really catching myself. For example, I remember maybe I will finish alone. But I am fine with it. I was catching myself. And now I trust that the higher space is coming to me. I am worthy of love. I am love. And I trust that my life partner is coming, is on the way. And I'm welcoming my partner with all my love and with all harmony and with all my peace and all my trust. I was repeating and marteling my head, marteling my heart. So this programming at the back was shifting and dissolving, and I kept on catching myself. I continue to do that today for everything. Listen to yourself, really listen to yourself in the background, listen to your heart, listen to your feelings and emotions, and bring yourself back in the middle of the line, in your presence, in your balance, each time you are drifting away. So this is a tip that I continue to share with you, because it's the way that you keep focus on your creation. You are creating you are your divine creator. You are the one that is able to shift your timeline, no one else. And when you shift same, driving the car, you shift your timeline. come back into your timeline, and if there's a highest timeline available to you, then you can drift in it. Like, you can literally shift like this. You don't need to wait for an exit. You can actually go in the parallel line. So it's basically a very good analogy that I really like. And I invite you to do that. Coming back into your presence, you are the divine creator. In your presence, you are owning and connecting back to that energy of creation, the energy of unconditional love that creates all form, all life, all vibration. And that energy of creation, this unconditional love, is the universal love, this universal wisdom. You are made of it, you have been created upon it, and you have all that energy within you that is available when you are aligned in your presence to create your heart desires. In every moment, I drift away from that presence, from that unconditional love of creation, from my highest wisdom, in my highest wisdom, in with my higher self. I do not have fears, I do not have lack, I do not have pain, I am not separated, I am not divided, I am complete, I am one. And in that state, I create, manifest all that my purest heart desires, wish to express. I am a pure conduit of this unconditional love, this source energy, this universal wisdom. I am a divine state of this unconditional love, and that state of beingness is in my heart.
we start the practice to connect with our higher mind, initiate our third eye and communication and conversation with the higher mind, the higher self.
And as we start, we greet and also express our farewell to Facebook. If you wish to continue the practice that we have started somehow, click on the link in the video.
We went into it. Correct.
Click on the link in the video. You will have...
we love you guys.
You will go to the booking, you will have your tickets. Check your emails and your spam. You will receive the link for the private channel with the password, and you will join us in online.
Join the spiritual gym every Monday.
Membership.
The link also available on Patreon. Much love.